I get it when you're juggling a handful of phones, tablets, maybe a pair of wireless earbuds, and you're about to head out for a weekend road trip. The idea of pulling out a tangled mess of chargers feels like a nightmare you can't afford. I've been there, standing in the airport lounge watching 3 kids fight over a single outlet while the rest of the family watches the battery icons dip lower and lower. You start wondering if there's a smarter way to keep everyone powered up without turning the whole thing into a circus. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. That's why I spent a solid afternoon testing the NYTFHMS portable phone charging station, a 12-port USB cabinet that promises to keep your gear organized, safe, and fully charged from a single, rechargeable battery pack. My goal wasn't to just flip through a spec sheet. I wanted to see how it actually fits into a chaotic family morning, a small office's daily workflow, and even a pop-up gaming night with friends. Below is what I found after putting it through those real-world scenarios, plus a clear rundown of who will actually get value out of it and who might be better off looking elsewhere. First off, the concept is pretty straightforward. You have a compact metal box with a hinged door, inside a rack that can hold up to 12 devices at once. Each slot has its own USB Type-C or micro USB port, and the whole unit runs off a built-in lithium-ion battery that you charge via a single wall plug. The idea is that you can charge the station once, then set it down on a coffee table, a conference room desk, or a camping table and let it do the work. What matters most is how that plays out when you actually need it. I started with the classic family road trip test. My niece had a new Android tablet, my teen son was glued to his iPhone, my wife was trying to keep her Kindle alive, and I needed my own phone, a Bluetooth speaker, and a portable gaming console charged for the drive. I plugged the charging station into the car's 12V socket using the included adapter, let it fill up for about 30 minutes, and then placed each device into its own slot. Within an hour, every screen showed a healthy 80+% charge. The biggest win here was the cable management. No more crawling under seats to fish out a stray cord, every device sat neatly in its own compartment, and the built-in cable routing meant I didn't have to juggle a knot of wires. That brings us to a practical strength. The station really does keep things tidy. The metal interior feels sturdy enough to hold heavier tablets without wobbling, and the individual slots prevent devices from sliding around if you move the box. For anyone who's ever set up a charging hub on a kitchen counter only to watch phones slide off the edge, this design eliminates that risk. The rechargeable battery also means you're not chained to a wall outlet, perfect for outdoor gatherings or conference rooms where power strips are scarce. On the flip side, the very feature that makes it portable also introduces a hidden trade-off. The internal battery, while decent, isn't a powerhouse. In my test, after a full charge, the station could deliver roughly 30–40 Wh to the attached devices before its own indicator started flashing low battery. If you're powering a dozen high-draw gadgets, think a couple of gaming consoles or a tablet running a video conference, the station will deplete faster than you might expect. In a situation where you need to keep a small office's laptops alive for a full workday, you'd probably have to recharge the hub midway, which could be a hassle. Another practical weakness shows up in charging speed. Because all 12 ports share the same internal battery and charging circuitry, the individual output per port is modest, around 2.5 a split across the slots when fully loaded. For a smartphone that can handle 18W fast charging, you'll see slower top-up times, especially if you're trying to charge a tablet and a phone simultaneously. If your primary concern is the quickest possible charge for a single device, a dedicated wall charger with a high watt output will beat this station hands down. Who should consider buying this? First, families with several devices per trip, especially if you value a clutter-free charging spot. It's also a solid fit for small businesses that need a tidy way to keep employee phones, tablets, and small accessories powered during meetings. Think a boutique marketing firm or a co-working space that wants to avoid a spaghetti mess of cords. Event organizers love the portable aspect. You can set one up at a pop-up workshop, a birthday party, or a gaming tournament and have all participants' gear charging in one neat box. The fact that the unit is lockable adds a layer of security for shared environments. so you don't have to worry about someone walking off with a device. On the other hand, if you're a solo user who only carries a phone and maybe a pair of earbuds,